question, is the recession over? It feels like it for some and not for so many others, but the chairman of the Federal Reserve thinks so. Take a listen.
From a technical perspective, the recession is very likely over at this point.
Well, even so, Ben Bernanke says the economy will still feel very weak for some time. Right now, millions of Americans are struggling to make ends meet. As a matter of fact, a survey from Career Builder found that more than 60% of working Americans are now living paycheck to paycheck. That is a big increase from last year. The numbers were showing a couple years ago it was just 40%. So, Keith, I don't know if that's a sign that recession's over or that people are still really struggling out there.
Well, let's check in here. Melanie, thanks very much. Joining us this morning to talk about this and Bernanke's assessment of the economy and what it means to us is our watchdog on Wall Street, economist, analyst, and Chris Markowski. Is this over? Is the recession over? By definition, I guess.
By definition.
Over, but that is only good for so much.
Yeah. Yesterday, Bernanke came out, and if you listen to his entire speech, he said technically we're out of recession. The recession is defined as 2 quarters of negative growth.
Right.
Because we've had negative growth for such a long period of time, eventually new equipment needs to be bought, inventories need to be built up, and then you expect to see some type of growth. But usually, in a recession like we had, especially as long as we had, we should be expecting 7–8% growth in the third quarter, or we may be lucky to get 2 to 3%. And you're right. The reality is it's jobs, 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 and jobs.
That's the key is jobs.
We're not going to see it. And the reason why we're not going to see new jobs is because small business owners like myself and many of my clients from all over the country are catatonic.
Right.
We do not know what the rules are going to be going forward. We're talking about sugar tax. What are the type of taxes are coming down the pike? What are our health care costs going to be? What are our energy costs going to be? What are the type of policies are going to be put forward? When small business owners see a landscape that is so difficult, they're not going to do anything. And small business owners are the lifeblood of our economy.
So let's be clear. By definition, we are coming out of this recession, but is the economy improving in your eyes?
We're bouncing along the bottom. I mean, we've gone down.
Have we hit bottom?
I think we're basically like one of those cans.
We're skidding.
Yeah,
okay.
Like you're following like the just married car. We're going along like that, and we're going to continue to go along like that. But once again, we can dip down again into a recession. There's a lot of talk about a double dip.
Well, how did things turn around then? I mean, if we've hit this bottom, obviously we got to come up. How was it? Where were we when things did turn around?
Well, it's animal spirits. That's what the best phrase I could think of is the fact that we get people wanting to go out and build new businesses, going out there, hiring, expanding, doing the things that they normally do. When we see that, that's when we're going to see the growth. Most of America's great companies, things you think of like Microsoft, Hewlett Packard, all this stuff, they came out of a recession. People said, you know what, I'm going to start a new business.
And what do you see out of this recession? Do you see anything on the horizon?
Not until the landscape is clear in regards to what the rules are going to be going forward. Until that point in time and business owners know what the risks are going to be, what their costs are going to be, they're going to hold back.
All right, Chris, thanks very much. And for more of Chris's thoughts and insight on the recession and much more, you can always head to his website, watchdogonwallstreet.com. Almost got there on watchdogonwallstreet.com. Economic analyst Chris Markowski, thanks for being here this morning. We do appreciate it. I could sit here and talk to you all day, by the way.